Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Isaiah, and today I will be showcasing 3 scary horror videos that I found on YouTube. Let's hop into today's video. Analog horror. It seems to be the go-to when you're looking for scary videos on YouTube, whether it's taking inspiration from Mandela Catalog or Gemini Home Entertainment. You can bet the creative minds will try anything and make a spin on the current subgenre of analog horror. Today, I have a collection of videos that do just that, and gave me the fear factor I was searching for. So sit back, relax, turn the lights off, and let's get scared. Speaking of Gemini Home Entertainment, our first video follows the same format. Nothing more than an innocent hiking safety video from our friends at White Stag Education. A video that, in simple terms, is to keep us all safe while hiking out in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. But what exactly are they keeping us safe from? The video begins with a small introductory paragraph about keeping us safe while exploring the Pine Barrens. Then moves into an acronym for the word safe. S, starting off as stick to the trails. This section of the video educates the viewer by instructing them to stay on the marked path and to follow the markings on the trees to ensure you're going in the right direction. The section ends by telling the viewer to not follow unmarked or suspiciously marked trails, or you will not return. Back to the SAFE acronym. The A stands for Acquire Equipment. In this section, the video talks about the importance of being prepared with the right gear to go hiking in the woods, showing off a checklist of the right hiker's equipment. Back to the acronym. The next letter is F, and this stands for Fear the Forest. Before cutting to a truly haunting statement. The masked people have lived in the Pine Barrens for hundreds of years. An unholy entity holds dominion over the woods. Quickly cutting to someone holding a camera in the dark forest. Cutting back to the acronym, E is the final letter, and it stands for evacuate. Cutting to the same camera person from earlier, running through the woods. Whistling can be heard from every direction until Pine Barrens hiking safety gives me that eerie feeling to be outside and alone in the woods. Something about it makes me feel so vulnerable. Like any second I could take a wrong turn and be in a completely different area, overrun by something. In the same vein as Gemini Home Entertainment, I think that White Stag Education has a lot of potential with his analog horror series, and the link for the channel will be in the description down below. You didn't think that you could get away from Skinamarink and Heck that easy, did you? We're venturing back into Bite-Sized Nightmares, Kyle Edward Ball's YouTube channel. In the video explaining Heck, I discussed how Kyle has been making nightmare-style content for a while before making Skinamarink and Heck. Bite-Sized Nightmares is a channel dedicated to nightmare videos, accurately simulating nightmares that his subscribers have described in great detail for Kyle to film and produce in video form. Although at some point I do want to come back to deep dive into Kyle's content. Today, we are going to talk about the 30th entry in the Nightmare series, titled Flicker. Unlike the other entries in this video, I would really like to talk about this one the least. Kyle's videos are this amalgamation of tense atmosphere and raw, visceral nightmare fuel that creates this uneasy feeling that could sit with you for weeks. I would not be doing it justice if I spoke beat for beat, but I will go into the broad nature of the video, and I will also talk about my favorite bits. The nightmare was simply about a child that woke up in the middle of the night and saw that the TV was on in the living room. When he goes to shut it off, The television turns on by itself. Once they return to the living room, they see this. Returning back to his room, the child then encounters a blurry figure jump scare that I will graciously save you from. I can't imagine having a nightmare replayed like this on YouTube. A terrifying horror that sticks with you that bad is a horror I never want to experience. Especially something so intimate, like dreaming. Although I didn't speak about it in length, I do implore you that I cannot convey the tense atmosphere of the nightmare through video form without blatantly playing the whole video. So please, support Kyle's work by heading over to his channel and watching his videos in full, the way he intended. On to the next one. For this next one, I do have to warn you. This next video depicts graphic imagery and violence. Although none of it is real, it does still carry the same weight. So please, if you are easily disturbed by fictional death and violence, save yourself the watch. Now that you've been warned, let's venture on. I recently discovered this amazing analog horror for our last video today. And I'll have to admit, this gives me an interesting, unnerving vibe. Although this analog horror is far from small, it's still relatively new, and is innovating the genre online. This is Faces. Faces is the first entry in the Urban Spooks analog series. It depicts a lot of its horror through graphic imagery and text-on-screen storytelling. Faces is a VHS tape that has been converted to digital after the owner of the channel found the tapes in his basement. The contents of the tape is as follows. Text appears on screen that says that police found 3 paintings stored away in an abandoned storage area. They were each titled, "After Recent Murders." Then talks about the victims and the trauma they suffered. Carla Gray had 36 stab wounds to the face, and all of her teeth were missing. The first painting being titled Carla's Teeth before showing the painting. Another victim, Jackie Graham, was stabbed and drowned. The painting titled Floating Jackie. The last victim, James Miller had his face torn off completely and was alive for several days without it. His painting titled James' Secret Face. Two months later, more paintings were discovered, however not related to any missing persons cases just yet. By the end of the video, the police also find a painting titled Self-Portrait, and it looks like this. I know to some that analog horror showing very little can be aggravating or a waste of time, but I truly believe that this is one of the most interesting analog horrors that I've seen. It keeps the same unnerving tone, while also making a sort of Seven-style murder mystery plot. And not to mention those images. The art in this is beyond fantastic, mixed with the absolutely brutal and evil nature of how this painting killer operates. This is an absolute gem. Hopefully down the line, once more videos are uploaded, I can do a deep dive explaining the full story. As for now, the channel only has 4 videos uploaded, and I'm content putting it in the 3 scary videos trophy room. I do want to apologize if this is a lot shorter than the video I put out the last time. I don't want to talk in great length about these short films because I really want to try to push my audience over to their videos. There's a lot that I can't really convey talking about horror, especially with Kyle Edward Ball's channel Bite-Sized Nightmares. There's too much atmosphere and intense emotions to really convey through a video of my nature. Although I totally could go into great detail about all of these videos, I do really want these channels to flourish, and if I can push any type of audience over their way, I'm going to try to do that as much as possible. I really hope that you enjoyed watching, and thank you again for getting scared with me. To be happy, we need something to solve. Happiness is therefore a form of action, not a destination. I'll see you all in the next one.